Let's have a moment of silence for Japan. Even though tragedy strikes overseas, is California prepared for the big one?
I'm not sure, but let's get into this reaction video.
Welcome back. This is Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Giacomo Luca. Thanks for joining us. We have some breaking news out of Japan from early this morning. We're learning a 7.6 magnitude earthquake has struck Japan. I want to turn now to Fox Weather's.
Whoa. 7.6 is off the Richter. That is crazy. But Japan is not, Japan is used to these things. They're not strangers to it.
Valdez following the latest for us this morning. Good morning, Nicole. What are we learning about this tragic incident?
Good morning, and unfortunately, what a terrifying start to the new year for some across central Japan. We're talking about a situation that has already destroyed at least a few dozen homes, according to officials who are actually still searching for some among that rubble. And
pray for Japan, y'all. Pray for Japan. Let's go.
Initially, we were also going to be really looking at the potential tsunami threat following that 7.5 magnitude earthquake, according to
7.5, 7.6 tsunami warnings. But it's crazy because in California already, we were already having tsunami warnings coming off the coastal. Is it something happening in the oceans? I don't know, but let's find out.
Fox weather meteorologist here. Thankfully, that threat, the tsunami threat, has now diminished a bit. Initially, there were concerns of waves up to 4 feet high, really sort of after and following that massive, powerful quake there. But some of the images we are...
I'm not sure if she said 40 or 4 feet high, but 4 feet high is not high at all.
From this region of Japan are just devastating. I mean, you can see how strong that quake was as you take a look at infrastructure and power poles waving and shaking as it made its way, over a few minutes. Some people who were inside their homes, actually, who had their TVs on, looked and saw.
Man, that thing is shaking like crazy. Wow, 7.6.
Messages, alerts saying run, evacuate immediately, as it really shook the area.
Run where? Where do you want me to run to? Come on, Japan. Where do you want me to run to, man? It's crazy. That's why I'm asking Californians, are we prepared for when that San Andreas crack off?
This struck near Anamizu. It's in the country's coastal prefecture of Ishikawa. We know there are more than tens of thousands of people without power and transportation disruptions, including high-speed rail service, air travel. Unfortunately, impacts from this really extending much.
They tell you to run, then they also tell you, hey, it's people with no travel. They can't even travel on the air, streets, cars, trains. So it's like an oxymoron.
Further out than just the prefecture itself that had
homie holding his house together. Look at him.
At one point, those tsunami threats extended
he's holding his house together. God bless it.
Still a very active and developing situation. Officials warn that more strong quakes could follow in the coming days. Now, I want to point out that these were the first major warnings since really the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. That one devastated northeastern Japan. And
the 2011 cracked that nuclear power plant. I remember that. I was talking to my lady about it.
Nearly 20,000 people. It also triggered a nuclear meltdown in Fukushima. So, of course, nobody wants to see a repeat of that scenario, of that disaster. But there is still a lot of concern and fear for the quakes that could still develop in the next few days and hours. I know we have been hearing from the Prime Minister, who has, of course, been letting people know to try to find anywhere they can to stay safe as we await to see what develops at this.
That kind of sucks, man. You got to have a plan involved, especially Japan's government or whatever they have, their dictatorship. Just hopefully you can find somebody's house you can sleep at. Or no, come on, you got to have some measures. You guys are prone to having big earthquakes. So when it goes down, the government needs to step up and have these people sheltered.
So really a lot of new information still coming in on this, but what a tragedy to start out the new year.
Absolutely. It's very concerning. And of course, you see just the amount of damages there. And when you hear that you know, there's all of these power outages, transportation being delayed. Certainly very impactful there. Nicole Valdez there with Fox Weather. We sure do appreciate you joining the show to break all this down.
Like I said, Californians, are you ready for the big one? Keep your head on a swivel. Be ready to move, because it can happen to you at any given time.
Thank you.
Of course.
You know who it is. It's your man and not your boy, Double K Cooley. You know what I'm saying? This might be the time to talk to your family and make an evacuation plan, or have a place for everybody to round up and meet up. Make sure your house is stacked with water and canned goods that can last you up to 17 days in case of a natural disaster. You know who it is. It's your man and not your boy, Kevin Cooley.